think we are back.
Okay. Says
we-
live video interrupted. Should resume shortly.
Yep.
There's a very wonky picture of me on the thing. I'm going like this. Okay. Well,
we should be back.
As we were saying,
Yeah.
we have been working on this live program, and yeah, sometimes it's not always perfect, and we're still working on it. But hopefully, they can hear everybody now.
Yes. Facebook, YouTube, we're back. Can you hear us? Make sure you can hear us.
Oh, that's really great. Okay.
You know, this software is a good software, and hopefully this update will fix the crashing, and we'll be able to keep it's echoing. Well.
Yeah. It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
You know what? That's a good way.
Oh. Yeah. I have a guest. 1 second.
Ooh, who will it be? On today's episode of Spotlight Live, we have a guest. Oh.
You know who my guest is? It's my cat. Kiki. She was trying to eat cords. Electrical cords. So,
that is one way to end a cat.
What?
That's one way to end a cat.
Yeah. You shouldn't chew electrical cords. Yeah, she's a very good cat. Anyway, I'm going to put her down now. That was fun.
So
we were talking about...
Yes. We were talking about, for all of you who are just joining us, we've had some technical problems, but we want to forget about those and simply talk about the fact that we're going to try to do more Spotlight Lives in the future. And we had a question about if Spotlight were going to expand to other social media platforms. Obviously, you're watching us now on either Facebook or YouTube, but would you be interested in, say, Instagram?
Or WhatsApp.
Or WhatsApp. Or is there a platform that you use that you think, I wish Spotlight was on one of these social media platforms?
Yeah.
Oh, Zena Zanua says, my cat also eats cords.
Oh, naughty cat. Where was this? Oh, yeah, it's a cute cat. Yes, she is a very cute cat. She was a stray cat, which meant that she was found on the street, and we adopted her, and she has been a really nice cat. I love her. All right.
Oh, Jorge Chavez says he uses Telegram and YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I have never heard of Telegram. Where are you from?
Telegram. Oh, Telegram's very popular.
Oh, well, you know more than me.
It's a very secure platform.
Oh, right.
It's used in various parts of the world.
Oh, look at Sing and Play Along. I gave your beautiful name to my daughter.
Aww.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Wow. So how old is your daughter? Please tell us. Yeah, that's great. I love it. And we have Divya from Sri Lanka saying hello. Hi from Algeria. Happy birthday, Spotlight, which we celebrated this past year. Hi from Germany. And a hello from Nicaragua and from Canada, our northern neighbor. From Brazil and from Morocco. Wow. Hello, everyone. It is so good to be with you.
Yeah, we miss you. We miss everyone right now.
That is true. I also wanted to say we have been making a new email, which sounds kind of boring. But if you want to stay up to date with what Spotlight is doing, you can sign up on that email, and it will give you links to programs, tips for practicing, What else, Adam? Links to our other social media places.
Sometimes we include behind the scenes little pictures or videos of kind of us, our offices or our studio, kind of what we were thinking, maybe upcoming programs. It's also a good way to we'll might ask you some questions if we have a survey that we need people to fill out. It's a great way to kind of participate in Spotlight that way.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, if you want to sign up for that email, you can go to the bottom of our website at spotlightenglish.com, and you can sign up where it says sign up for our RSS feed. So, yeah, I hope you do that. And of course, we'll have a new website in a few weeks, which sometimes we say we're crossing our fingers that it works.
What does that mean? If someone, because hand gestures mean a lot of different things. So if someone does that,
that's true. So if I'm crossing my fingers that it works, I think that this is a superstition, right? So it means that if you cross your fingers, something will work out for you.
Yeah. It also means like little kids, like if they want to tell a lie to their parents.
Oh yeah.
For somehow they'll cross their fingers and put their hand behind their back, like, oh, I told a lie, but I had my fingers crossed.
Yes.
I don't know. That's not super popular. I don't think kids still do that.
Okay, so as often we ask if you have any questions for us, really questions of any kind, but also like just English questions, and we are happy to answer them right now. So if you have a question, please ask us. Okay, so we have. Oh, I think Maria is saying cross of the fingers too.
Yeah, she's crossing her fingers.
Maybe they cross their fingers as well.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else? Oh, somebody says many Brazilians. Yeah, we do have a big Brazilian audience.
Yeah.
Some hellos. Does anyone have a question? And we don't have a WhatsApp group number. We should have one. That was a question here.
Yeah.
One question I had for you, not you, Adam, for our listeners is how coronavirus or COVID-19 is still affecting you. In the States, in the state of Michigan, so this is in the northern United States, kind of toward the east, we are still under a shelter-in-place order, so we're still staying home unless it is for food or something important like that. But I know that many countries are starting to open up. So I'm wondering, what is your country doing? Are you still in a stay-at-home order? Are tests available in your country? In our country, they're not quite available yet for everybody. Yet, how does COVID-19 look different for you now than it did a month ago or 2 months ago? So I would love to hear about that.
Yeah. Because there are countries that are starting to, resume normal life. And it feels, even, it hasn't really, it's not the worst where either Liz or I live. So it doesn't always every day feel, but we know people who have gotten sick and been hospitalized, and but we're not a hot spot right now where we live. But
there's a good vocabulary word, hot spot.
Hot spot. That's actually a pretty useful word because a hot spot is just kind of it can be used in to talk about something that's popular. You could be like, ooh, that's a hot spot for Cuban music, or it could be a hot spot for trendy fashion, or a military hot spot, something that is really focused and a lot of activity is happening.
Right. Okay, so we have an answer to our question about coronavirus. Um, uh, Crew says, I am from Thailand. We have to wear masks every time we go out. Yeah, we do too. That's interesting. Hai Guang Tran says it is going to be normal in Vietnam now. Wow, that's amazing.
Good for you.
Yeah, that is really great. Jorge says, I'm DBA Postgres and server, and I worked at home. So
Okay.
people are working at home still.
Technology people, and if you can.
Yep. Mukund says, going to the supermarket once a week for veggies, milk, and curd. So yes, we have gone to the grocery store once every 2 or 3 weeks as well.
Yeah.
And we try to get as much as we can for those 2 weeks. And then by the end, the fridge is emptier and we're making interesting meals.
Yeah. With whatever you can.
Yeah, exactly. Nguyen Min says, yes, we can go to work from the office. That is in Vietnam as well.
Okay.
That is really great.
We are starting to have conversations about that, like having plans and doing it right. Nobody really knows. Nobody can guarantee that things won't change if you start to take steps, but it'll be good. I'm looking forward to 2 weeks from now. My children get a break from school for the summer here.
Yes.
And that will make our lives a lot easier because I am. You might think of Liz or I as your English teacher, but I am not good at teaching math to my children. So I am not a teacher in every way.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I am also excited for kids to be done with school. It is a lot. I'm sure that other parents in this group can understand that, when you have to work and your spouse has to work and your children are still trying to learn and do school, it is really difficult to do all of those things. In Sri Lanka, Devika says we're still at home, and when we go out for essential things, we should wear a face mask.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's an interesting English question from Andrew on YouTube. Hi, I have a difficult question. How can I know when a native speaker says ought when they speak fast? I always try to take this word listening a bunch of phrases, but I never get it.
Ooh.
I think that question, that phrasing might be more of a UK English. Like, ought we to have done this? Doesn't that sound English?
Oh.
Like
British. We ought to have done that. Ought we have? Ought. It is a short little word that you could miss quite easily. So I think Andrew brings up a very good question. And I think some of it is listening, using your ears, and some of it is knowing that if I said, Liz, we ought to have done that.
Yeah.
I'm not really commanding her. Like sometimes there's language and there's meaning. I don't use the word ought that often.
Yeah, I don't either. It just, that's why it sounds very British to me. Because I don't hear a lot of people in the United States use that word, especially at the beginning of a sentence. So I'm not sure if that answer was really helpful for you.
No, probably not.
I'm really sorry.
But that does, I had been thinking the other day if our Spotlight audience wanted an American or a British accent in their English, or Australian.
Yeah.
Is there a English speaker, maybe from a TV or movie, that you think that is how I want to sound?
That's a good idea.
Who?
Interesting question.
Yeah, who do you think speaks the best English from an accent? Because we often think of people from England have good sounding accents, and we sound bad. But maybe you can't. Maybe they can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's true. We could try some accents. We could try some accents.
Oh, we have a very interesting question on YouTube about why the United States has so much coronavirus.
Well, how deeply do we want to get into this question, Adam?
Probably.
I think that a broad answer, so a wide answer, would be that in America, in the United States, individualism is very strong. So people think about me. Like, I think about me and how things affect me, and I think that has affected how we are thinking of coronavirus. So in many other countries, people think about a community. So people are always thinking about, how does a decision not only affect me, but how does that affect the people around me? And so let's take masks for an example. Many people around the world are used to wearing masks. They wear masks often when they're sick, or they didn't have any problem putting on masks because they know that masks are for other people's safety. But here in the United States, many people have said, well, I don't want to wear a mask. Why should I care about wearing a mask? Because it's uncomfortable and I don't like how it feels, and I'm not sick, so I'm not going to wear a mask. And I think that might be one broad answer about why coronavirus is spreading, because people aren't actually, on the whole, thinking about their community. Well, some people. Many people
are.
Yeah, many people are, but also many people aren't. So,
well, I think
that's one reason.
I would layer on top of that the fact that in the United States we only have two major political parties. So it's kind of like, it has become like sports teams. Like, think of your two sport team rivals. You're never going to cheer for the other team, even if your team is bad or wrong. Right. You're always going to be on your team. So with the political parties, with only having two of them, in some of your countries, I'm sure there are different political governmental systems. You could have many political parties. You could have a king. You could have, however it's parliament, however it's set up. But that creates this kind of, everything is seen through that lens. So it makes it very slow if someone else has a good idea for the other team to endorse it.
Yeah. So, that was a complex question. It makes me a little sad, to be honest, because I try to think about how things affect the community, and when I see people not thinking about that, it makes me sad. And it makes me sad to admit that is part of where I live.
Right. Right. We like to say, Spotlight is, no matter where in the world you live. But we live in a world where that is not true. Like, not everyone has the same freedom. Not everyone has the same opportunity. Depending on where you live, things are very different. And that is sad in some ways.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning, because somebody says, who is Liz Wade from both of you? Well, I'm Liz Wade.
And I'm Adam Navis.
Yes. So, many people just hear our voices and they don't see our faces. So when you connect the two, that's always fun.
Yeah. Sorry, there is a bird hitting the window.
Is that your guest, Adam?
Yes, you.
My cat was already on this program.
That was 3 times it just hit the window. 4. I don't know what it's doing.
It wants to see this Spotlight live stream.
I know.
All right, so in answer to your question, Hai Guangchuan says, I love to listen to English from England, but about speaking, it is easier to imitate Americans. Or American
true.
English.
That's true.
That's true. I think this is what I think. I think American English is easier because we say all of the letters. Like when you say, I can't think of a British word, but many British speakers, when they speak English, they drop an R. So, let's say candy bar, they would say candy bar.
Candy bar.
Or something. But
Kinda
Americans will say candy bar.
Candy
We're going to
bar.
say all of the letters.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the South. In the South, they might say candy bar.
Yeah. Andrew says the Australian accent. That is a good
Oh.
one. I think we can all... That one has kind of a back and forth kind of tone to it.
Yes. That is. Oh, look at here is something from YouTube. Shalva says the coronavirus created a favorable situation for me to get another job and keep the old one.
Ooh.
So that's interesting.
That's an interesting question. What are the so here's I think it's an idiom.
Okay.
The silver lining.
Oh yeah.
So the phrase would be every cloud has a silver lining. So I don't know where that came from, but it means that even when there's trouble, there's a thin layer
rain, right?
of rain.
Like a cloud.
Even when there's trouble, there are some good things and some beautiful things. Like I've spent a lot of time with my family.
Yeah.
That's good. I would not have been able to do that. So that's a good thing. So I'm curious if other of our listeners out there or viewers have you been able to appreciate? Has any other good things happened?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You can listen to Spotlight more. You have more time to listen to Spotlight. Practice English.
Sheldon says that American English also swallows a lot of letters, like in England. Well, since I speak American English, I still think it's better. But I'm just joking. I do like listening to British accents. It's just different, and it sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so we have actually had this live stream for a long time now.
Yeah.
This is a long show. So I want to give people a last chance to ask us any questions.
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to maybe leave a comment here about your favorite social media platform that you would like to see Spotlight on. And also to follow our Facebook page if you have not already, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can know every time we release a new video.
Yeah.
So those are, and if you want to sign up for our daily email, if you don't already have that yet, go to spotlightenglish.com and scroll to the bottom and then put your email in there. So what were those? It was subscribe. Tell us your favorite social media platform. What else?
Yeah, email. Get on the email list.
Yeah. So,
and I think this is going to be
questions. That's what I said.
And ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are hoping
and
soon.
Vicio says, "I'd like to know when will Spotlight Team intend to come back to Brazil again."
Ooh.
Oh, I hope soon.
Hope so. Soon.
I hope
when
soon.
we can travel. I mean, that would be step one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we end every show by telling you how awesome you are, how wonderful you are, and this show is no different. You guys are the best. We love being able to connect with you. You might not see us every day, but we are working hard to come out with new things and to help you learn English. We have we think this is going to be a really, even with coronavirus, we think this is going to be a really good year. And you guys are all part of that. There's a lot of
changes happening at Spotlight.
Yep.
Good changes.
Good changes. But, stick around, keep learning English, and we'll see you at the next Spotlight Live.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Right, bye.